Taking territory with angelic help. Wow, I've had some of that activity in my life, and it's actually fun. It's kind of hard, but it's fun. And so we've got to learn how to cooperate with angels and with God, our Father, so that we can take more territory. Now, that taking more territory could mean a lot of different things. It could be maybe you're starting a new business and you need to take some territory. It could mean that you're starting a ministry and you need to take some territory. It could be taking territory here we're doing in our own nation. So what does that say to you? What territory do you need to take? How do you need to have a life change? How do you need to do things differently? And I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about in the spirit realm and in whatever it is that you're believing God for. And you might need to take some territory as far as relationships are concerned. And but I want you to see it as an adventure of faith and not, oh my God, we're going to be out there in the middle of nowhere and we're not going to have any water. And she's talking about adventure, but that doesn't sound like fun. But when you adventure with angelic help, I'm telling you, if you know that and you know the word and you know about the power of the blood of Jesus, then you know you're going to end up being a winner. So we're going to talk about how we cooperate and we operate with our Father and with angelic help to actually get a hold of and take territory that rightfully belongs to you. We've heard for years that God is restoring, He's making restitution, that we've got this time of transfer of wealth, and just how much territory do you want to take? So let's look at Hebrews chapter 1, verses 13 through 14. So we're going to talk about angelic. We were talking about ranks and how they all work, how they work together with us, how we work together with them. And this is another proof of how angelic beings help us. They actually work with us side by side. They're working with us, whether you can see them or not see them, or whether you're aware of them or not aware of them. So besides, to which of the angels has he ever said, sit at my right hand, associated with me and my loyal dignity, and I will make your enemies a footstool for your feet? That's pretty cool. Now, how is he going to do that? How is God making your enemies be a footstool, being under your feet? Well, we know what Jesus did. He paid the whole price for it. We know from Ephesians and Colossians that Jesus seated us together in heavenly places with him far above principalities, powers, and rulers. And so far above, we're up above it. So how does that actually happen where we can cooperate with him in that supernatural realm? And so then he goes on. He said, till I make your enemies your footstool. And then in Psalm 110, verse 1, are not all the angels, all ministering spirit servants, sent out in the service of God for the assistance of those who are heirs of salvation? It's important for us to see that angels are sent on a mission. They are sent to assist us. They are sent to help us. And we know, like when Jesus was in Luke, talks about when Jesus was in the wilderness and he went for 40 days fasting and overcoming Satan, then the angels were sent to minister to him. And so we know the angels are sent to assist us so that we can get the will of God done in our life. Now, that ought to be very encouraging to you. It's very encouraging to me. And so they're ministering spirits who actually war with us against our enemies. Now, sometimes we might not know exactly who our enemy is or what our enemy is, but God can reveal that to you. And so, I do want to make a side comment on that. Sometimes we think people or situations are our enemies. Like, you might be working for somebody and you go like, well, the reason I didn't get a promotion is because, then you're thinking it's because of this person or that person, but really and truly, it could be something adjustments that we need to make on the inside of ourselves, our attitude or what we believe or how we're acting, or even how we handle our job. Are we late? We on time? We do what we're supposed to do, what kind of stinking attitude or a good attitude or whatever. So, but sometimes it's actually demonic. Now, I don't know if you're going to believe this or whatever, but you can believe whatever you want to. But years and years ago, in 1993, I was writing the prayer of agreement that we actually have on our website, that for the nation. It was word for word scriptures. And this was back in the old age where they had that doc matrix printer, it had all those holes in the paper and all that stuff. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I was still working on that, and I was trying to get that thing work. And I was so tired, man. I'd worked and tried to find all the scriptures and everything, and I couldn't get the printer to work right. And anyway, in the midst of all of it, I started toward the printer. When I did, I could feel a force in front of me. And I knew something was holding me. I couldn't see it, but I knew something was holding me back from that printer. I was trying to get the paper out of the printer, but I couldn't get to the printer to do it. And I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, I was doing this prayer. I was working for the Lord. I was working on the blood book, this blood book I have. I was working on all that. And I knew that the enemy was trying to keep me back from even finishing what I was doing. I could physically feel that force between me and the printer. So I just stood there and I said, Lord, what do I need to do? And so I just squared my shoulders and I looked around and I said, all right, angels, I need you to help me. Jesus, help me. Tell me what to say. Tell me what to do. And so I just stood there and I just said, by the power of the blood of Jesus, get out of my way. And I waited for angelic assistance. I waited for something to happen. And all of a sudden it was clear, and I walked up to the printer and I finished what I was doing. And some people go, oh, Ginger, that was just in your mind. It was the middle of the night and you were tired. You can think what you want to. When I was doing that 1994 prayer for the nation, we did it 24 hours a day for 365 days. We had somebody praying the prayer of agreement every 15 minutes all over the United States and parts of the world. I was in a fight against demonic entities for this nation, just like I'm doing today. And there was a demonic force that was trying to keep me from finishing my job. But I had to have supernatural help. I was there by myself in the middle of the night. And God sent assistance. He made that enemy be a footstool because we pulled that thing off in 1994 and it actually worked and it was very successful. So sometimes you get in those places to where it's beyond you and your prayers and what you're saying. You got to have something to kickstart that thing because you're in a spiritual war